Are you okay? Yeah. What are you after?
Not for you.
Right, okay, we're at the fish at Goose Green in Wigan. Whenever you send me a recommendation for a chippy, I have a map, and it's a Google map. So it's a sort of an interactive thing, and I label all your recommendations on it. So keep the recommendations coming. Leave a comment or leave it in the comments, but let me know any really great chippies. And even chippies with a little bit of a twist, with the food with a little bit of a twist. So it's all helpful. And while you're at it, give it a like this video, subscribe to the channel. It's much appreciated. It helps me get out on my mission to support and promote our traditional fish and chip shops. Nobody ever comments about the fact that I don't talk with a mouthful of food or eat with my mouth full. Nobody comments about that. Always that I pick food up. Well, it's tough. It's takeaway food. So let's have a go with this. This is the salt and pepper chicken loaded fries. That's nice. I don't know whether they make that in-house or not, but it is nice. And they go with one of these chips. They look nice and plump, don't they? Nice and light. Yeah, they're good chips. Some nice sauce there. I'll go with the barbecue. Little splash of maybe garlic mayo or just mayo. But yeah, that's a lot of food going on in there, isn't it? I mean, with certain things, I like cardboard, to be honest with you. Right, okay, before I show you what's in here, remember that we are in Wigan. It's busy. It's a busy spot. I'm going to go with the fish and chips. Tons of chips. This is just a regular fish and chips. I don't think they do a large. I know they do a small. Let's have a look at that. That looks nice, doesn't it? And for a regular, let me just go with a price on that because it's very reasonable in here. We've got regular cod and chips. It's £8.35. And remember, I've got hands like shovels. So when I pick something up, the life in the building industry it is, I can't help that. Yeah, I'm impressed with that for the price. But let's get into it for the taste. So let's cut this a lovely light crispy batter. And if I go down the middle here, not necessarily at the thick end, that is some good fish. Let me get a nice side-on view of that. So I'm going to go straight into this. That's delicious. The fish is lovely and flaky and beautiful, brilliant white. A gentle sweetness to it. I think this is very nice. It's a small shop. I'm going to get some more of this salt on. I used low salt, by the way. I just picked it up at the Isle of Ely, open day, and I've been into it ever since. Plenty of vinegar going on. Let's go with that piece again. Look at that. Where to serve it? Let's get on with these chips because they look fantastic. They taste just like they look. They've got a nice crisp outer. I'm hiding the camera around the side there and all that. Sue's in there waiting for the bag to be delivered before I can put up any signage or pull out the table or even look like we're doing a review. So, and that seems to work. We seem to do all right like that. Sometimes, it could be a case of doing a phone order. If I think that maybe I'm in an area where I've been quite a bit, then it'll be a phone order and then pick it up. It's too late. I like to do reviews like that. That said, next year I'm thinking about adding restaurants to it. Fish and chip restaurants, going inside or sitting outside in the gardens and eating the fish and chips there with a camera on the table or my wife holding the camera. But at the same time, you have to remember, it's no longer incognito when I do it that way. Of course, I'll keep my chippies the way I do it. But the restaurants and the bars and the pubs and whatever else that do fish and chips, they'll be serving me. They'll know I'm filming. So there's no secret there. So whether I get what you'd be getting or not is another thing. Tell me what you think about that in the comments. Get stuck into them comments. But I'm loving this. Let's try their mushy peas. Look at that. You know, that's how I like the look of my mushy peas. Not too bright, not too dull. Nice and thick. There's little mountains on that. Little mountains. Let's get a couple of chips in here. Now, there's not... I'm trying to balance it here, but there's not a lot of... Here you go. That's the peel test. And that's how I like my mushy peas. Nice and thick. And they're not seasoned, not overly seasoned. Nice and subtle. You get that real pea flavour instead of something else. I mean, I like minted peas, but as long as I know they're minted peas, I don't like the shock of finding out they're minted peas. They're delicious. They really are. I'll be very surprised if they're not made in-house. Let's go with this curry. It's got plenty of kick and it's got flavour, but I think it's just missing something. It's kind of... The flavour's all there, but it's kind of watery. Not so much the texture, the flavour. Let's try a couple of chips in there. And I'd like to have had more in the way of cardboard. Are you okay? Yeah. What are you after?
Not for you.
This is what you'll find in Wigan. I asked if they battered it in there for me, and they said no. I thought I'd add another layer of stodge. But you can choose your pie. But that said, traditionally, or as long as anyone can remember, it's been a meat and potato pie. The people around here are all giggling and laughing and wanting to chat. Sue's all over the road. She's gone over this side now. She was behind us a minute ago. She's been back over that way when people are wanting to know what's going on. It's just your standard, mind you, meat and potato pie. Look at that. That's nice. I've not had a meat and potato pie in such a long time because we don't eat breads or much in the way of carbs when we're not doing a chippy or sugars and things like that. So when it's chippy day, that's our treat day. But I do want to try this. This is Stokes Chipotle Ketchup. I like sauce. I like tomato sauce on my pies, especially a meat pie. Now that takes some doing, getting that lid off there. Stokes Chipotle Ketchup, made with chipotle chili peppers. Oh, I'm going to put a blob of that on the plate here because I don't know whether it's going to be too spicy for me or not. Oh, that's delicious. Let me try a couple of chips in it. That's fabulous. Not over spicy at all. Oh, that's lovely. You've still got your tomato sauce or your ketchup, but you've got that nice little spice in there. And Stokes sauces are so much healthier than most. They're a little dearer than most as well, more expensive than most. Like a lot of the time, you should get what you pay for, and you do with Stokes sauces. We're back to the computer, look at some reviews, a low one, somewhere in the middle, a high one, and mine. And in the meantime, don't forget, subscribe to the channel, please. Hit that thumbs up button, hit that like button. It'll all go a long way to help this channel get out there. We've been going now since last year, and we're nearly at 5,000 subscribers. So thank you very much. It's much appreciated. And a lot of chippies have benefited from what we're doing. Right, okay, let's have a look at some of these reviews. 1 star. Ordered 2 lots of fish and chips on Just Eat. Rubbish. Warmed up chips from the day before. Rang shop to complain. Response from the owner. Hi Greg, we never reheat chips, ever. As you have called the shop, I assume they have resolved this issue for you. Barry. 3 star. Lovely clean premises, nice staff. To be honest, maybe too many chips, but been a couple of times, chips well peeled, but not cooked long enough. Response from the owner. Thanks Pauline for your feedback. Never complained you're getting too much. Never complain. Unless you're paying too much for too much. Never complain. You're getting too much. 5 star. Oh my God. Stopped at the Chippy on the way home as we just fancied a chippy tea. My husband had fish and I had steak pudding, and they were both absolutely delicious. The fish was pure white and beautifully cooked. The other thing we noticed was how friendly the staff were, and the place was spotlessly clean. We can highly recommend the fish at Goose Green. Response from the owner. Thank you so much. I'll let the team know. Mine, 5 star. As soon as I entered the shop, the staff greeted me with lovely smiles and were ready to serve in what was a spotlessly clean and well-presented chip shop. I ordered the regular cod and chips. The regular is, I've been asked this before, what does regular mean? Well, it's sort of like the medium. But in this case, they don't have a large, so it's just what you would order when you ask for fish and chips. Now, you can ask for a small fish and chips, which they do, but a small fish, I should say. The cod came in a light, crispy and very tasty batter, while the fish itself was thick, flaky and delicious. The chips were chunky, crispy on the outside and tender on the in, with a light, subtle flavour. The mushy peas were thick and just right, not overdone, seasoning or colouring. The curry sauce was smooth with a nice kick, though a little plain in taste. Barm, also known as a Wigan Kebab to a lot of people, especially me. First time I'd heard of a Wigan Kebab, and then I got corrected by people in Wigan saying it was a Barm. It's simply pie of your choice. I went for the meat and potato because that was the one I'd first had, and people say it's a meat and potato. Everyone goes for the meat and potato, really. But you do have a choice. Served on a buttered barm cake. Now sometimes they actually heat the pie up, meat and potato pie, in the fat, in the oil. It was tasty and stodgy, just as a pie barm should be. The salt and pepper chicken, loaded chip, plentiful, featuring those delicious chips topped with a barbecue-style sauce and mayonnaise. The crispy chicken pieces were thin, light and coated in a fine breadcrumb. Overall, the locals are lucky to have such a lovely chippy with super friendly staff. Cooking in oil, payment cash or card, hygiene rating 5, fish reviewed, cod. So anyway, see you on the next one.